Very good. Hi, how are you all doing? Very good. Where are you from? What's your name? Oh, very good. Hmm. I'm also equally glad to see all of you. मनोज ज्वाइन हुआ करण क्या है?
Yeah, they are joining, sir.
नहीं, हमारी
ma'am is there already.
resource person.
Yeah, she is there.
Okay, okay.
Yes. Yeah. Hello, ma'am. Audery Koh, ma'am. Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning,
good morning,
Audrey.
ma'am. How are you doing there in Malaysia?
I'm doing well. Can you see me?
Great.
No.
Yeah, it's not very visible. I think your video is off, ma'am.
Okay, good morning.
Yeah, hi there, ma'am. Good morning. Once again, from
morning,
all the way from Odisha state of India. And hope
Nice to meet
everyone is doing excellent during this time in your family. Yes, I hope many have joined 34 till 34. Behra sir, shall we begin?
Yes, sir. Yes, start, please.
Okay. Good morning, everybody, once again, and I welcome everybody to this forum today. The special webinar organized today based on vocabulary enrichment, and I'm really so glad, fortunate to have teaching intellectuals like Dr. Arun Behra all the way from Bangalore city of India, and our resource person, ma'am, honorable ma'am, Audery Koh, all the way from Malaysia. So we are so grateful to ma'am and sir for this wonderful time. So we'll get soon, and before I introduce ma'am, I request Dr. Arun Behra sir to speak something about today's webinar. Then I'll introduce ma'am, and ma'am will start the session thereover.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Manoj, for inviting me to inaugurate the webinar by Mrs. Audery Koh. Manoj has been doing great of all these months. I've attended a couple of webinars, and they are really helpful to our people. Good morning, Mrs. Koh, and my dear fellow participants. Welcome to the webinar on vocabulary enrichment. Hope we will have an engaging session with Mrs. Koh over the next half an hour or so. When we talk of vocabulary, of course, I will not take much time because I don't eat into the resource person's time. Maybe 1 or 2 minutes, just I will brief. When we talk of vocabulary and vocabulary enrichment means already something is there. We want to enhance that. All of us have some vocabulary. We know some words, may not be able to use it properly or in context, or to connote what it means in a context. But basically, all of us have some vocabulary base or the other. But that is necessary. It's important for us, and especially when speaking in an English speaking context, to have some vocabulary so that we speak well, our fluency develops, we convey the message clearly, and whatever we intend to say becomes gets conveyed. Now, one of the purposes of any communication is to send a message. As long as somebody gets the message that we convey, we have done our job. When we talk of vocabulary enrichment, it's one of the, in fact, there are 4 skills, study skills, LSRW, in that order, in fact: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. vocabulary also comes there, because whatever you do, even when you read something, you need to understand the word in that context. One word may have varied meanings. Maybe set, for example, there's a word set, set. Set has 134 meanings. But in that context, in that situation, what it means is important. So that's why when we pick up those skills, especially while learning a foreign language like English, for us in English is not our language. It's a foreign language. Incidentally, India, of course, we have accepted English as the associate official language of India. That makes our job easy. But then it's also challenging, because we need to use English in almost every situation. And when we talk of enriching the existing vocabulary, whatever we have already, we need to enhance it through various ways. There are so many ways that we can improve that. One of the simplest things is to use them, because in order to swim, for example, in order to learn to swim, you need to get into the swimming pool, or into the river. You can't uh, talk about swimming sitting in front of the TV or the computer and then say, this is how I will swim. You need to get into the river or the swimming pool to swim. Similarly, in order to learn vocabulary, in order to speak English, you need to speak, you need to use it. And okay, sometimes we may not be correct, sometimes we may go wrong, but that's all right. That's all right. We can still learn from mistakes. And another step to correct our errors, to correct our folly, is to look up a dictionary. Now, these days, again, you don't even have to carry a bulky dictionary like we used to do when we were students. I did my graduation, for example, in '86. So we would carry a dictionary, Oxford Advanced Learners Dictionary, which would weigh 5 kgs. Now you don't even have to do that. You can search in the mobile, uh, or download an app and look up the look up the meaning for the word. So that's another way. Third way is to check whenever you come across a word anywhere on the TV, in the internet, on the newspaper, or somebody uses. Just listen to that, understand in the context. In case you still don't understand, you can ask. If that is not possible, then again you can go back to the dictionary. And when you use the word, try to understand the meaning and use it later also, wherever you have opportunities. The more you use, the better it becomes. The depth that you get with the word, or the set of words for in your life, or wherever you use in context, in letter, in an essay, or in a speech, or in any situation, you do that. And so that's it. I'll leave the floor to Manoj, and we'll listen to Audrey for the next half an hour or so. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for speaking on this, webinar today. We are really grateful to you that you gave your precious time. And I'd like to speak a few words uh, regarding our resource person today and our guest of honor, Dr. Arun Behra. That some participants know about Dr. Arun Behra. Just, sir, last time he was with us talking about phonetics, and I'll speak a little bit about briefly about sir. Sir is having more than 31 years of experience in teaching spoken English, and particularly focusing on ELT, and there is a part of linguistic. And sir has already lived more than 15 years in the city Bangalore, having 31 years of experience in the field of English teaching. And sir is basically from Kalahandi district, Odisha. He did his MA and PhD from Sambalpur University. Thereafter, he moved to English and Foreign Language University, Hyderabad, to pursue his PGDTE. And last time, as I told, sir has done a lot of courses, certificates, diplomas in teaching English and some other things that if I talk, then it will take me a lot of time to finish all his, achievements. So sir has done a great thing, and sir is helping us time to time, encouraging us so that we can come up with new ideas, new methodologies in language learning and teaching. Thank you so much, sir. Once again,
Thank
I
you.
extend my heartfelt thanks to you. And now I'll speak a few things about our resource person, Ma'am Audery Koh from Malaysia. We are so glad to have one international teacher for the first time ever. I organized a webinar to have one international teacher. Ma'am has done Bachelor of Education in Teaching English from Exeter University, England, in the year 2001. After that, she has done Master of Education in Teaching and Learning from University of HELP, Kuala Lumpur in 2019. She has been double 2 times National Storytelling Champions, national level competition organized in Malaysia. She is also a regular content writer, motivational speaker, and currently she's serving in SMK Mazakir Sabah. It's a city name in Malaysia. And ma'am holds more than 20 years of experience in teaching English in different places, and she's organizing different camps and workshops to bring revelation in teaching field in her own country, that is Malaysia. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving us time, and we are so excited and delighted to hear words from you, ma'am. Oh, yes, ma'am. Over to you.
Okay, very
Audrey, ma'am?
good. Yeah, very good morning, everybody, once again. It is almost lunchtime here in Malaysia. I'm very happy to be able to contribute a little bit to your discussion today. I understand that you have been very hardworking in trying to organize a lot of webinars and talks. I'm very happy that I can be a part of this. Do you mind to tell me whether this will be recorded or not? Do you have a recording function?
Yeah, sure. Somebody is doing, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Can you send me the recording later, yeah?
Sure, I understand it.
Okay, so
you,
can I
ma'am.
share screen? Okay.
Yeah, I have made you the host. You can share
All
that.
right.
Yeah.
Let me try to share. Let me see how it's done. Usually I use Google Meet, you see. 1 second. So you only have 40 minutes, which is a shame because I could talk for 40 hours, but never mind. Oh, it's not being recorded. Can I click record?
Recording in progress.
Okay, I recorded it now. All right. So, well, let's share screen. Okay. Where's my PowerPoint? It's gone. Oh no. Give me 1 second. Why isn't my PowerPoint? Wait, the minutes are ticking. Why doesn't it work? Okay, I found it. All right. So this is me. You can just call me Madam or you can call me Audrey. Yeah. I am an English teacher here in Malaysia. I lecture a lot and I also teach a pre-university course. And I've written a few books recently. So now I'm just going to introduce to you some parts of my book. My book is not being published yet. It should be out next month or the month after that. But it's to do with listening, speaking, reading, writing, as mentioned by Dr. Arun. And I was very attracted to his introduction speech just now. Yeah, I would have loved to listen to the phonetics talk that he did.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. But definitely vocabulary cannot be done in isolation. Just like the swimming pool analogy that he said, if you don't jump in the pool, then you will never be able to swim, right? So what a very wonderful imagery that is. So I hope everybody, you learn to just dive in. And I always tell my students, broken English is still better than zero English, because zero English means you didn't try at all. Okay? All right. Let's move on to the next slide, right? There are 5 people in the waiting room. Let me just admit them all. Okay. All right. Okay, let's look at this picture. What can you tell me from this picture? So you can use the chat box or you can switch on your mic and just talk to me. What do you see in this picture? Word level. You see a broken boat, right? Men. Yeah, what do you see? Do you see 3 stumps?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
How about this? What's this thing here? An axe, right?
The arts. Yeah.
Very good. What's in the middle?
Oh, fans.
Like
Yeah.
It's a fence, right, with barbed wire. And where are they actually? They're in the middle of the sea, right? Okay, what's the phrases that come to mind? We go beyond the word level. Let's go to phrases. What do you think that's happening here at phrase level? Are these people happy?
No.
No, ma'am.
No, they are not happy.
Why aren't they happy?
Because they are in the middle of the sea.
They have been shipwrecked, okay? Yeah, but they're not. They have what?
If they hold a conversation among themselves.
Very good. They need to put their differences aside because they don't look like each other, and they have to converse with one another. And what are the phrases or the proverbs that we can use for this? Can you come up with anything? How about work hand in hand? Have you heard of that phrase? They need to work hand in hand. Okay, besides that, can you give me another proverb or another phrase? Anybody? Students, what happened to the students? Nobody wants to speak? Oh no, you're taking up a lot of my time. All right. So what I'm trying to show you at this point is that you need to be able to look at this picture. And if you want to improve your vocabulary, you need to do three things. The first thing is you need to increase your word command. Okay. So you have to look up words in the dictionary as mentioned by Dr. Arun. These days, dictionaries are very versatile. You can just look in Google, right? But where do you look? Do you just look in dictionaries? Or have you heard of a thesaurus? Yeah, and that's a very good use of the dictionary called a thesaurus because it gives you synonyms, okay? All right. Besides that, phrase level, you need to build up your phrases. Otherwise, the words will not become sentences. Then once you have sentences, how do you make the sentences excellent or wonderful? You have to increase your ability to show your fluency of the language, which is to, use proverbs, expressions, and sayings. So this is the building blocks of our talk today. First, we do word level, then we look at phrases. After phrases, we go for expressions and proverbs, and that is essentially the recipe for success in enriching your vocabulary. All right, is everybody with me so far? Everybody okay?
Yes.
Right, I'd like to show you some resources, okay? The first thing that you need to do if you want to have very good basic English is the basic 3000. Actually, the number 3000 is a very magic number in English because both Cambridge, Longman, and all the big dictionaries, right? They have a basic 3000 vocabulary. All right, so if you just type essential 3000 word list, you will find, there is a list that you can download. So once you download, these are the basic 3000. When they make a dictionary, have you noticed that there are different dictionaries? There's a preschool level, there's primary school level, then there's upper form level, right? So all of these dictionaries are different in size, because of this basic 3000 words. If you make a dictionary for primary school students, you cannot use words that are beyond the 3000. A learner, if you master the 3000, if you master the 3000 words, okay, you need to be able to communicate using these 3000, then you are actually an average speaker already. Okay? Later on, you can look for 10,000 words and basic 20,000 words. That's how you become an advanced vocabulary enrichment, okay? All right, let's look at the next thing that you need to look at. How do you know the quality of the language or the vocab that you have chosen? Has anybody seen this before? This is called the English profile, according to the Cambridge Education English Language Framework. of reference. So there's this line, there's this button here, EVP, English Vocabulary Profile Online. So I just screenshot this. Can't really press this button. But when you get to this englishprofile.org.word list, I hope you're taking notes, yeah? You need to click on EVP Online, and then you can find out what is the level, yeah? What is the level of the word? Whether it is the basic 3,000 words, very low level, or it could be the highest level word in English, which is C2 and above. So if you're following the Cambridge system when it comes to vocabulary, they have labeled every word a certain band. So we are used to A, B, C, D. I'm not sure about your country, but is A the highest mark and E the lowest or G the lowest? Do you follow this system, A, B, C, D? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. But if you
Yes,
follow
ma'am.
the, okay, if you follow the Cambridge EFR English, the highest is not A, yeah? The highest is C2. Then the second highest is C1. That's proficiency, high proficiency. Then it goes to B2, then B1, A2, and then the least proficient is actually A1. So all of these words are labeled accordingly. So if you want to improve your English language, should you have more A1 words or should you have more C2 words? A1 or C2? A1 or C2? Why is nobody answering? Is everybody listening? Okay lah. Manoj, your answer is
Yeah, I
A1
can
or
hear.
C2?
I can hear you, ma'am. I think they are a little bit scared. Perhaps it
Okay,
seems to
you
me.
answer. Should it be A1 or should it be C2?
C2. It
Very
should be
good.
C2.
Very good. Okay, so you want to look for C2 words in order to enrich your vocabulary because A1 words are very low in the list. Yeah, if you go and click on this englishprofile.org, you will see, if you can see down here, the little red boxes, I know it's not very clear here, but the little red boxes will tell you what is the level of that word. So you need to increase your vocabulary by adding more C1, C2 words rather than A1, A2 words. Okay. All right, so I'm just at this point just sharing with you how to source. Okay, give me 1 second. I need to do something. 1 second. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so now I'd like to go to the next slide. All right, so I told you that I'm actually writing a book, right? So the book is related to this. It's how to increase vocabulary, but based on different levels of the different levels of the vocabulary enrichment. The first level is word level. Okay, so you see in this book, I have listed the most important words. When we talk about vocabulary, we want low frequency words. What's the difference between a low frequency and a high frequency word? Low frequency means, yeah, it is less often that you find the words in textbooks or in stories. So these are better quality words. High frequency words are like the, that, this. These are words that you see almost every day. Okay, so in order to increase your vocabulary, you want to improve your word level. And there are 4 main categories. The first one is adjective, and then nouns, then verbs, and then adverbs. Okay, so if you can increase in these 4 main categories, you are going to be a better speaker. Let's go to the next one, phrases. How do you improve yourself? Like Dr. Arun mentioned just now, yeah, you have to jump into the swimming pool. So this means in English language, you must have a notebook. If you copy down beautiful phrases and you use it inside your writing or your speaking, you are more often going to get better marks or better recognition for your quality of English, rather than you keep saying things like, I think, I think. In Malaysia, all the students love to say, I think, that is how they speak English in this country. But look at this one, expressing opinions, all right? In my opinion, you've heard that before, right? From my point of view, from my perspective, personally speaking, in my humble opinion, if I may be so bold as to say, or to say, as far as I'm concerned, and so on. So this is a list of phrases that I have developed and I have compiled to make the discussion or any speaking activity of better quality, because you have improved at phrase level. So the students need to memorize. If they don't memorize these, then they cannot improve. Otherwise, they'll just keep using simple phrases like, I think, I agree. So that's not very good. So you need to teach them things like the word concur. Okay? Concur is when you 100% agree, right? And if you disagree, what do you say? A better quality phrase is, I beg to differ. All right? So all of these are in this list here. Let's go on to the next part. How about expressions? Yeah? Let's look at here. I'm good. I'm fine. I'm well. I feel fine. I'm doing well now. This is very, very basic English. But if you want better quality vocabulary, you say, I'm as fit as a fiddle again. I'm in the pink, or I'm in the pink of health. I'm all hale and hearty. Or you could say, I was under the weather, but I'm right as rain now. So these expressions show high fluency compared to simple basic phrases like I'm unwell, I'm not feeling fine. But once you start saying things like I'm a little under the weather, you see, then you can get much higher marks for your vocab, right? I'm a little off color today. Have you heard this before? Off color. That means you're not looking very pink and nice. You look very pale, very sickly. Okay? So, I'm happy and I'm sad. Can everybody think of how to say I'm happy? Is there a chat box somewhere? No chat box. Well, there's nowhere that people can chat. Nothing? All right, can you switch on the microphone and tell me, how do you say I'm happy rather than just say happy? Anyone? Just shout out the answer. I heard I'm exhilarated. Very good.
I am glad.
I'm glad. Delightful. O level. Delighted. Delightful is not the right term. I'm delighted is correct. What else? Come on, that is still word level. Let's go to phrase level. Make it longer, or proverb. Have you heard of I'm on cloud 9?
Yeah.
Then how about I'm on top of this world? Okay? I'm in 7th heaven. So that's why you need to improve your vocabulary. Yeah? Instead of saying I'm pleased, I'm delighted, I'm thrilled, you need to be able to say, yeah, I'm on top of the world, I'm over the moon, I'm euphoric. Then only you can say that you are mastering the English language. All right? So vocabulary is very, very important. Next one, proverbs. What you can do is you can make a list of themes like wisdom and confidence. And then you have a notebook and you write down the beautiful proverbs that you like. And then once in a while when you're talking, you need to insert proverbs so that people will actually listen carefully to what you're saying and be impressed by your quality of language. Yeah. Look at number 14. A wise man never knows all, only fools know everything. Yeah. So if you say, I know everything, actually you're a fool. Okay. Because a wise man, the more he reads and the more he learns, the more he realizes there's still a lot to be learned. Okay. So look at the the third topic here, never give up. Can everybody shout out one proverb related to never give up? The most common one is where there is a will, there is a way. How about winners never quit and quitters never win? So what kind of proverb can you think of, yeah, that are related to never give up? Quickly, there's only 8 minutes left. Someone shout it out, please. Never give up. Come on. What happened to the participants in this group? Too shy. Okay. So there are so many more things that we can do. Yeah, but these are the 4 main tips that I would like to teach you. All right. So we go back and we have a look. What happened? What did we come up with? The first thing is we do the conclusion now because we're running out of time already. So the first thing you need to do is use Google to be able to research. But what do you want to research? The first thing you research is the essential 3,000 word list. Because to have very good English, you need to know the basic 3,000 words. Longman has their 3,000. Yeah, Oxford has their 3,000. Cambridge also has their 3,000. So download the list and look through the whole list and check whether you know all the words. If you know all the words, then you should go to basic 5,000, basic 10,000. That will help you improve your vocabulary. All right. The next thing you want to do is you need to remember that each word, according to Cambridge English Language Profile, yeah, each word is divided and given a label. C1, C2, very high. B1, B2, average, and the lowest are A1, A2. So you want more C1, C2 words in your vocab. All right. At word level, remember you need to search for adjectives, nouns, verbs, and adverbs that will help you to improve. And do you want high frequency or do you want low frequency? Yeah, we are looking for more low frequency words. Low, yeah? All right. I hope you're taking notes, huh? Okay, then the next one is phrases. Once you have solved the word level, you go up to phrase level, right? Make a list in your notebook. How can you do a good introduction? How can you express opinions? How can you ask questions? How can you interrupt? These are all very useful phrases that you need to research, okay? So then you need to improve your expressions. That's why you have idiomatic expressions and colloquialisms. Yeah. Instead of saying, I'm so pleased, say, and finally, you need to always add a proverb here and there. All right. So basically, all that I have taught you today, because the talk is actually very short. Yeah. It has to do with learning to fish rather than just giving you a fish. So I'm giving you the fishing rod and I'm teaching you how to access and reference, because at this point, everybody has the opportunity to look for information. You can be your own resource.
Excuse me, ma'am.
To depend on me. Yes, Mona Lisa.
Excuse me,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you please share the proverbs of never give up?
You want to see the proverbs of never give up? Okay, 1 second. I have to add it to the list. Give me a second. You know, you can just Google never give up proverbs and you can find a lot of amazing stuff on the internet. Yeah. Okay. But just because you asked nicely, I'm going to share it with you, because this is actually from a book and it's not published yet. So I can't show you the whole thing, but I can show you some screenshots. Huh? Give me a second while I screenshot that. Okay. I'm going to put it on the slide so that you can see. Okay. Can you see the slide? Can you see the slide?
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so never give up. Better late than never. Slowly but surely. Practice makes perfect. Hope for the best, but prepared for the worst. I can and I will. God helps those who help themselves. A drowning man will clutch at a straw. It's never too late to mend. Winners never quit and quitters never win. Do not give up. The beginning is always the hardest. It always seems impossible until it's done. Okay? All very good to say that you should never give up. Okay, so I hope that you never give up, because after the storm comes the rainbow. All right? All right. So I think that's all from me. Thank you very much. And I hope that my sharing has been useful. I will pass this PowerPoint to Manoj, and if you want, you can share it with them. Okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, ma'am.
ma'am.
Thanks, ma'am.
Thank you.
Actually, ma'am, I just want to add something here. But actually, many participants have often requested me that though it's a very good platform to connect with different intellectuals regarding language learning, acquisition, and expansion of one's language, skill. But this Zoom app doesn't allow us to proceed more than 40 minutes of time. So technically, we are here week. So everybody has many participants have requested me to conduct it in a Google Meet so that the time can be extended. At least it should be 60 minutes. Now we have only 2 minutes left. And then our meeting will get over after 2 minutes. It means once it reaches 9:40. So,
Yes.
so this is a problem we have. And anyway, dear participants, hope the session was very interesting and effective. Everybody has really received the gist of vocabulary enrichment, because I do believe, particularly as a teacher of English, then if there is no word, there is no language, no dialect, because word is itself is the soul and flesh of language or dialect. It may be Malaysian, Tamil, Hindi, Odia, or English, or French or Portuguese. It has words. And unless and until we know many words of language, we cannot enrich our ideas. We cannot expand our thinking ideology to know about the intercultural thing of that language, any language. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing such wonderful your thought experiences on vocabulary and enrichment, all the way from Malaysia, having a hectic schedule, domestic calls. You gave us your precious time, and really we are delighted and enlightened today by listening to you. And I thank Dr. Arun Behra sir, for giving this us time for the second time in enlightening and encouraging us to learn new things. So on behalf of
Thank you.
all
All
the
the best.
participants, I'm grateful to ma'am and Behra sir. Namaste. And hope we'll have one more session again if time and situation allows us. I look forward to meeting you once again in this forum and this webinar. Thank you so much, and thank you to your participants for your